What are we talking about today?
We're going to talk about some motorcycle stuff like we usually do. We're going to talk about
Perfect.
we're going to talk about, are there less riders, less people riding motorcycles today
yes.
as in the past? Jeff Rui says we're ugly. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, bud. We know it.
We don't mind.
I was born this way. I love myself. Oh, Rick Faith is watching. We could have had Rick Faith here.
Yep.
We'll get Rick here next time.
Right.
Did you hear where Rick's going?
Where is Rick going?
Well, I heard Rick's going to Daytona.
Rick is going to Daytona.
I don't know if Holly's told him yet, but we like to drop bombs on this show in case you didn't know.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, brother. He's probably, Holly, we going to Daytona?
He's probably laughing right now. He's got his glasses on and
He's got his bandana on.
love you, Rick.
Rick Faith, Fairfield, Wisconsin.
We're just waiting for a couple more people to get on. We're gaining some traction here. We're up to.
Yeah, we were spinning our wheels there for a minute.
We got. Looks like we got a whole one of you on Instagram over here on the live, and a whole two of you on Facebook, and that's fine. We don't care.
That's all we need. We got Doc Watson.
We're entertaining without you guys. We just wanted to bring you guys with.
Yeah.
You know.
We're funny.
Yeah.
Looking.
Supposedly we're funny. Supposedly this is a good show.
We have very high ratings in the UK.
Great. I'd like to mention, as mentions in the last episodes, this podcast started out as a joke.
It still is.
And it still is. All right, let's roll this thing out the door, huh?
There's just Holiday. Yep.
Oh, Josh Holiday. Got to keep an eye on the holidays.
They're so quick, they're hard to hold down.
Those guys are fast.
Fast. Super fast.
All right.
Yeah, let's get it rolling.
We're Sunday afternoon in the Speed Shed. This is something new.
Yeah.
I'm having this ain't my first cup of coffee, and it probably won't be my last.
I'm not even drinking today, so if I'm not on my usual,
Yeah, he's not on his usual stuff.
Yeah, I had to quit drinking.
So yeah, let's get into it. Thanks guys for watching. We've had some positive feedback, some good support. So that's why we're here. We talked about doing this 3 weeks from now, and we're doing it a week from the last one. The guest that we had last minute tried to get on here. Actually, we had two.
Yeah.
One couldn't make it, and the other one was sick. So you get to deal with Brian and I again.
Yep.
But we are going to have a guest coming on here in the next couple weeks.
Right.
So
hopefully he'll feel better than the last one.
Right.
I drove by his house on the way here.
Was he home?
He was outside puking.
I thought he was pooping.
He was doing that too, I guess.
Yeah, that happens. We won't mention his name.
Nope. Won't talk about him.
So anyway, how long have you been riding motorcycles, Brian?
I started riding motorcycles, Justin, when I was,
Sound like a news anchor.
Oh,
All we're missing is the suit and tie.
So I started riding motorcycle. My first motorcycle I ever rode was when I was in probably 4th or 5th grade. My buddy had an old Kawasaki on the farm. I got on it, I took off. I did great until it came to downshifting. I downshifted 3 times, forgot to let the clutch out. And when I let the clutch out, we went down pretty hard in the alfalfa. Yep.
Nice. You're a little rascal, huh?
I was a little rascal. How long have you been riding
Okay,
motorcycles?
hang on. Whoa. Let's slow it up. So that was in the 4th grade?
Yeah, 4th or 5th, I believe.
All right, so then we're talking about a dirt bike.
Yes.
Okay.
It was actually a on-off Kawasaki, I believe.
Okay, so it's an enduro.
Yeah.
Possibly. Nice. They have one headlight?
Yes.
Like the wallflowers?
Yep.
Nice. All right, so you started then, and that progressed into, eventually getting to road bikes later in life. When you were 16?
Yeah, when I was like 16, I bought my first Yamaha Virago 920.
Yep.
Rode
Okay.
home in rode to my buddy's house in a snowstorm.
Yep.
Parents didn't like bikes.
Right. Same boat I was in.
Yep.
So from that point, the motorcycle thing just took over, really. You continued to have bikes.
Yeah, I always wanted bikes. You stand there and watch them ride by. It's cliche, but I'd be like, oh, I got to do that.
Right. So how many years has it been then since, let's talk about road bikes. How many years have you been riding bikes? And then,
so I got I had that bike when I was in high school yet, and then we had another community bike that we all bought and just kept it and beat the snot out of it.
Okay.
Then I didn't get a nice street bike till I was probably 21, I believe.
Okay.
I went and bought that a 600 Honda Shadow VLX 4-speed. Yeah, and I was very proud of it. We had an old guy that worked for us plowing snow. He had a Harley his whole life. And I wanted him to see it. I took him in there, and I was so proud of this bike, I just bought it brand new. Never even rode it. Didn't even have it on the back of the truck yet. And he looked at it, he goes, yeah, that's okay. It's not you going to get a Harley or? Dude! Okay, I get it.
And then you pull a line like Harley Davidson.
Yeah.
And you got a Honda. I remember those days too. I did the same thing. So So anyway, back to how many years you've been riding.
So yeah, 21 to now I'm 23. So 3 years.
Nice. Pretty wild. That's a hell of a ride.
Well, I'm 49.
That's a hell of a ride. We need to get out a calculator.
Probably. Let's just call it a few years. Do we have a calculator?
Yeah, I got one right here. Hang on.
All right.
We need to figure this out.
So 49 minus 23. Wait, we got to find the calculator.
This is a joke.
No, we really can't figure it out.
Where the hell is the calculator on this thing?
Yeah.
It's Sunday, Sundays are not good days for math.
No, we went out. Well, he didn't get drunk.
What the heck?
I don't know. What do you got going on? Why does porn keep popping up?
I don't know. Don't worry about that.
Who's that?
This thing doesn't have a calculator?
What is she doing with that zucchini?
She was gardening.
Oh, she's gardening.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
There's no, this
No
doesn't have a
calculator.
calculator. Well, shit. We're going to have to use our fingers.
So 23. You got one of them pieces of paper we can write on?
This is entertaining. Hey, somebody help us out. What?
Yeah, somebody just comment.
Yeah.
Like it was that many years.
Right. I don't even have a piece of paper in here.
Where's my woman? She should be on here telling us.
Where's our note paper?
Well, 49 minus 23 minus 20 would be 29.
That'll work. 43.
29, so
43?
It'd be 26 years. I'm 49 minus 23.
You're 49?
Yeah. I'm gonna be 50 in like 2 weeks. You coming to my birthday party?
I thought you were going out of town.
No, that changed too, because all my friends wanted to see me on my birthday, so now I'm not allowed to go out of town.
29? Or I had that wrong.
You got this all messed up here. Hold on. So
This is fantastic.
49 minus 23.
This is fantastic.
So 9 minus 3 is 6, and this is 2. So 26 years, right?
26 years you've been riding motorcycles. We have a
I
couple
did
of
the math
comments.
right there. 26 years.
We've got a couple of comments if you want.
It's kind of blowing up.
Let me see.
You got Doc Watson.
We're going to jump on here. We got to look at these comments real quick.
I hope Rick Faith is still here. Anything good?
Doc Watson.
He's a cool dude.
Brian Alwin, do you consider a Vespa a motorcycle or I better be nice, I'll get thrown in jail?
Well, we get off camera. I'll tell you a good story about Doc.
2 wheels, whatever. 2 wheels. You want to ride a Vespa? You want to ride a Spree?
Yeah, hell, somebody's mom jumps on 2 wheels back in the day.
We don't judge.
No.
So 26 years you've been riding motorcycles.
Yep.
And you can probably say for certain that the motorcycle scene, the industry, the riders has changed significantly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Just since I started riding.
So in your head, what sticks out the most as far as what's changed?
Well, honestly, I think people have got a lot more douchebaggy. I mean, I'm not even going to pull punches. It's just, people are just...
Entitlement, like an entitlement
Yeah.
thing, that aspect, or
Like I said, I bought this Honda Shadow VLX, rode it to Sturgis. I didn't go during Sturgis, the rally, because I was embarrassed.
sure.
But I went out to Sturgis. And there was riders there, Harley guys. And they'd come up and needle you. But that said, they were respectful.
Right.
Like, they knew how far to take it. they'd give you shit, but they'd give you advice. They told us where to go. They'd tell you what to do, welcome you on a ride. You're on the back. And nowadays, it's like just this huge horsepower wars and like who's got the best of everything. And it never used to be like that or people I rode with.
Right.
And don't get me wrong, I love horsepower. I got a couple in mind, but
Right. Same. One of our viewers here on our live, Paul, his point is on this topic is drivers are less attentive with every new phone, and that is a huge
true.
part of it. We see it out there as riders now. I hear it from guys that used to ride or that don't ride as much. It's dangerous out here, and these people aren't watching where they're going. They're looking at their phones. I'm guilty of it, and I'm a rider, and I hate to admit that.
Well,
I try
yeah.
to.
It's gonna
I
happen.
try to be more aware of it, but that's huge. The phones and the inattentive driving, that definitely, especially that generation of the I don't want to call them old guys, but that older generation
Yep.
that don't ride as much, or they're not riding as much, and it's because of the inattentiveness with the drivers
There's
in their cars.
inattentiveness on the motorcycles.
Absolutely, absolutely. And these new bikes got screens in them.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't even know what the brand new bikes are capable of on the screen, but I know they have sport mode, they have trash control. And most of this is controlled off the handlebars, but it's still something that gets you inattentive
Oh yeah.
as a rider.
Well, they got intercoms. They got
Right.
their ladies can talk to them through the earpieces now, so they're daydreaming about going to Taco Bell and getting a frickin' Cholito or something.
Right. Yeah, and that can be distracting.
Very.
You know,
It's if they could just be quiet back there, and when you get somewhere, make you a sandwich.
here we go. Here we go.
I don't really like sandwiches.
Right.
Right. Well, I do.
So to reel it back in, I mean, so you're saying, you know, what you're saying is the people is also the people are changing, which is changing the riding industry,
Yeah.
the motorcycle industry.
It's
Changing the people that are riding motorcycles.
it's got very douchebaggy. And even when you're at rallies and stuff, you always had your yeehaws, but there's so many of them now.
Right.
And they don't respect. They'd rather. They're worried about concerts. Everywhere you go, who's playing? Who's playing? Where are we going to a concert? Okay, drive to a bar, sit down, and listen to the people that are playing.
Right.
I mean, that drives me bonkers.
Right. And I think too that some of that some of what turns off what I want to call the usual motorcycle riders is also some of the weekend warriors. And I don't want to pick on the weekend warriors. You know, if you can afford a motorcycle and you can go out and buy one, yeah, you should be able to enjoy it. But these guys that, you know, they get all, you know, they get the whole outfit on and they go ride on Saturday for 4 hours or they ride for an hour. They don't have they're not getting the riding experience. And I know that I've heard it from other motorcycle riders, enthusiasts that that deters them from riding their motorcycle too, especially in groups.
I mean, people are flat out scared to ride their motorcycles sometimes.
Right.
And then a lot of people, sometimes they see an accident.
That changes them.
They're done.
I've experienced it. I've seen it.
Yeah, it's not pretty. And they'll crawl off that bike. I knew a guy that was going to Sturgis, saw an accident, left it sit alongside the interstate, wouldn't get back on it.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. People are different. Everything changes, I guess.
Right.
Maybe not for the better, but I mean, Harley's sales are not like they should be, but
Right.
they flooded the market, and that hurt everything too.
Right.
Really bad, in my opinion.
And they got so expensive.
Yeah. Oh, it's out of
you
control.
You got these. If you have a young person that's interested in getting a motorcycle, if they're trying to purchase, let's say they're looking to purchase a brand new bike, they're going to Harley Davidson and they're looking at the price and they're like, I can buy a Yamaha or I can go buy an Indian for half the money.
Right.
And Indian, I'm going to use their Scout for example. It's way more horsepower out the box.
It's a better bike.
It's a better bike.
It rides better.
And that's coming from a Harley guy, you know.
Yeah.
I think they're great motorcycles. I don't necessarily care about how they look.
No, we were just looking at one yesterday. They got some points that don't look good, but they've got so much. The suspension's there,
Right. Everything.
the radio,
Right.
the seat. I mean,
Right. You're purchasing a bike that you can enjoy right out as soon as
Oh,
you get
yeah.
on it.
Yep.
You don't have that urge to go get the motor built. You don't have that urge to go buy a $700-800 seat.
yeah. And you can put bars on them. It's all plug and play to a
Great.
point.
Yep.
You don't have to. Harley's hurting themselves by not updating a little bit. They got to stay with what they had going, the look and
Right.
the feel. But
Well, I think one thing that hurt Harley too is, in a way too, is they stuck with what they've known. So we're gonna talk about like the Dynas and
Yep.
the touring bikes. They didn't change anything on them for
No.
years. Sure, they put bigger tanks on. They changed the frames.
yep,
But you look at the earlier bagger to a little bit later year bagger. I'm gonna say,
it's the same floorboards.
Right.
It's the same.
You
They've
know.
changed the frames, but they look the same.
right, very similar, and that definitely has hurt. I think that's hurt them too. And,
Well, yeah, because everybody's got one now. They
Right.
sold so many of them.
right,
When I started riding, if it was a V-twin and it ran, it was 10 grand minimum,
Yeah.
minimum. And those were shovel head baggers
right,
and early Evils. And now there's a bagger at Jay's in Reedsburg for $8,000, and it's beautiful.
right.
You know, they're cheap
Right.
as far as that goes on the used end of it now. But to get a new bike and get into it, and people don't want to do it.
Right. That's too expensive.
Yeah, it's too expensive, and the scene ain't there. They don't.
Right.
I liked when I started out going and hanging out with these older guys, and they'd show you around and stuff. Well, I liked riding with them.
Right.
But
And I think too, what happens, these guys, if they're, let's say they're brand new getting into the Harley world, because I can attest to when I switched, or not switched, but when I got into the Harley scene. But if you go to the dealer and you look at a new bike or even a new used bike, and then you start looking around at accessories and how much they cost, hey,
my God.
I want to buy, I'm at the Harley dealer, I'm going to go ahead and purchase, I'm going to use a very simple thing. I'm going to buy a phone holder for the handlebars.
right.
That's $60.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, okay, now I'm
Up.
Yeah, and up. Yeah, they can go up from there, and they're like, no, I'm gonna order one online, or I'm gonna get one
Yeah.
on Amazon for
You're
20.
gonna go on Amazon, and I'll tell you what, they say the quality ain't there, but my stuff's off Amazon. My phone holder's
Right.
off Amazon. It
Right.
holds my phone. Never
Right.
dropped it.
Right.
Well, maybe once, but I probably didn't have it in right.
Right.
Might have hit
And that's, you look at that accessory wall, and that's the joke, $100 Harley Davidson.
right. Yeah. Now it's
HD.
$200.
Right. And you look at the accessory wall, and then it's like, and the worst part of this, for these people that do make some of these purchases is, you go ahead and buy a brand new bike, you can do an engine upgrade, you can put all the bells and whistles on this bike, and then Harley's like, oh yeah, we'll finance that for you.
Right.
So then you got that whole ordeal, and it don't get me wrong, it's payments is the world nowadays.
Yeah, it's jacked through the roof.
And people are doing that, but for somebody that comes in and they don't want to deal with the expense and adding on all the costs, they're gonna go look elsewhere. They're gonna go look at used bikes.
Well, yeah, you get, and like, you just did all that work to your Harley. You almost got it up to the Indian standards. I mean, it comes with all that.
Right.
It's got the power. It's got the rear tires. It's got the better suspension, the
Right.
better brakes.
This is coming from a Harley rider.
Well, I love him. I love my Harley,
I
but
do
I'll tell
too.
you what. If I get a chance, that bagger would be gone. I'd have a Indian bagger.
Right.
Yeah, in a heartbeat. Because I still have I have to have my Softail, so I am still a Harley guy. But would not.
I don't think you would be, actually.
Yeah, I'd still be a Harley guy. Chassis would probably have to buy a new wardrobe, but
So you kind of be like a weekend warrior. Like you get on the Indian, you have Indian.
I'd be weekend warrior, Indian rider, hardcore midweek Softail rider.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. So
Me and Rick will get out there on our Softails and
Right.
kick some ass,
bang bars.
bang bars and bang gears.
I think another thing too that's hurting and this is, not just in the motorcycles. This is automotive. The cars, is young people aren't getting their driver's licenses like they used to.
No, you look
Or even if they're some of them aren't even getting them ever at all.
They don't. My son didn't get his till just recently, and he's, what is he now, 18?
Right.
Yeah, he's 18, and he had no desire to get a driver's license.
Right.
And these kids don't.
It's interesting.
They're not like us. I mean, the first thing we wanted to do was get down the road on whatever or in whatever we could.
I had to wait an extra month to get my driver's license because of the way my driver's ed played out, and I was like chomping at the bit that
Right.
month. You know, I'm like, really? And
Yeah,
then as soon as I had my license, I was, you know,
Yeah, then
I was
it got crazy.
gone. Right, I was gone. Like, see ya. I'm out of here. Mom be like, be home at 11. I'm like, okay.
I got my license, drove from the examiners in Baraboo up to the high school and made it to Auctioneers Park, which is like, a block from the high school, and got pulled over.
Sure.
Yeah, that was great. But yeah, these kids nowadays, they ain't like that.
Right, and that's hurting the industry. You know, anything that's where you need your driver's license. So, cars, trucks,
Yeah, that's
motorcycles.
cars, trucks.
You know,
You're seeing the resurgence in the car thing a little bit. I've noticed because you go up to like say automotion stuff you do with your son,
yeah,
and you'll see these tuner cars. Everybody hates tuner cars. Oh Jesus! I'll tell you what. If a family's getting together around that tuner car, that's cool.
Right.
Anything they're doing as a family or as a group or a kid to get them into cars, who cares if it's a Honda with tires sitting weird on it?
Right.
I mean,
and even a lot of people talk about these big jacked up trucks and stuff. I do too. The brodozers, right? We all know about. Oh, geez, And there I was. I'm rolling 22s, freaking 12 wide or 13 wides. Forces. It's cool. But at the same time, everybody's like, "Oh, these kids need to get outside and need to do that," and then they're bitching and moaning when these kids are running around blowing smoke and tearing up the streets.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you want from them?
Yeah, you're so hard on them they can't go out and do the things we did and have fun.
Right.
So they sit there on their computers playing video games.
Dude, I mean
that's a whole other subject.
Me and my pals on the weekends, we get 10, 12 cars running around on a Friday or Saturday night cruising. Especially in the wintertime, I mean, we'd be just sliding around, fishtailing, just having a blast, find the empty parking lot. And nobody ever bothered us. Very seldom did we ever get bothered. Maybe once in a while we'd have the PD, hey guys, like if we're in a neighborhood or whatever.
Right.
Or if we're at the park, I remember the local park in town, the neighbors across the street would call us in if we were hanging out there too late. Park closes at 10 or whatever.
Yeah, but do you see that anymore? You see a big group of kids hanging out anywhere anymore? No.
Not really, but I'm not really cruising past the park at 10 p.m. anymore either.
Well, I might be sometimes. On
I don't
the way
know.
home from your house.
I mean, the big thing for us too is like hanging out in the Walmart parking lot.
Right.
That was big. I don't know if where you guys hung out when
we're either on the square in Baraboo or we were down where St. Vinny's is.
Yep.
That fence that's across the front of the St. Vinny's.
Yep.
That's there because of other people, not me personally, but other people were going down there and hanging out and lighting bonfires in the garbage cans and talking on the CBs and
the good old days. Like I picture that scene of Uncle Buck where he goes and picks up the niece from the party in the park.
Yeah,
that's what I think. Is that what it was like? Everybody had like their Ford LTDs and stuff.
Yeah, station wagons.
Yeah.
We were not that cool. I had a Chevette.
Yeah.
Yes,
See?
Chevette station wagons.
All right, not to get off topic, but when you had your Chevette, like they were like out picking up babes, and you're like, "Hey, you want to see my vet?"
Yeah.
And then you take them over.
That.
Yeah, you'd take them over to your Chevette.
The problem with the Chevette was when you jumped it in a cornfield, the struts went through the hood.
It's not supposed to do that?
No.
I thought that was like a performance thing.
Well, it slowed it down because the hood flew up, and then you...
That's pretty cool. Do you think the shock towers were maybe routed out of it, or?
Yeah, that was why the guy sold it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It was my grandpa. He didn't want me to drive it. It's like it's not safe. That's totally fine.
Great. It went down the road, so it's good enough.
I was taking it fishing.
Oh, sure you were.
That led to the driving of the Honda Prelude that got rolled over on Levy Road.
That road has taken a few cars in its day.
I wasn't even driving it. Somebody else stole it from a party.
Yeah, I had an issue on Levy Road once too.
Yeah.
Yeah, my Ford probed the forest there.
Probed the forest.
And we went.
She didn't shave?
We went into the trees and, well, I think I still ran it after that. Fixed it up, put a control arm on it.
What color was it?
It was red.
Red.
It was it was that wedge body, like the early 90s.
They were either red or white.
Yep. So yeah, I had that early one, and it had the 3-liter 6-cylinder in it with a 5-speed. So it ran out pretty decent. And I had a straight pipe on it about the side. And then,
at least it wasn't through the hood.
No, it wasn't through the hood. But yeah, so
or
like
the fender.
The exhaust actually was in really nice shape, but I cut it off for some reason. And then I couldn't. I don't remember what the deal was. If the parts store didn't have a pre-bent 45 or what, so I just bought some flex pipe.
Oh, you got to have flex pipe.
Oh, I bought flex pipe because where it come out the side, it's got the unibody rail.
Yep.
And when I had the 45, it would kind of tip it down and it would drop.
Yeah.
So I used flex pipe, bent the 45, ran it over, over the or underneath
Catch on corn cobs.
Yeah, I ran it underneath that subframe rail, and then I 2-hole strapped it like a conduit strap. I think it was actually I think it was one of them plumbing straps with all holes in it.
Perfect.
And then I self-tapped it up, probably stuck through the back seat floor. I didn't notice. I never rode back there.
It's exactly the exhaust I had on my station wagon.
Yep.
Came off the Y pipe, came back a little bit with flex pipe, and then I took the flex pipe and I bent it so the glass pack stuck right out the side.
Oh, the glass pack was the tip.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. Then you drive it under, take it in water. My mom was still delivering Avon in this thing at this time, so she was real impressed.
Oh my gosh. You cut the exhaust off the family station wagon?
Yes.
That's fantastic.
And it had a fresh Buick motor in it from the dealership, so it moved along pretty good.
Sure. That was a runner, huh? Yeah, that probe I had, when you let off the throttle, because you cut the exhaust all off it, so it was like it was running lean too, so it'd be just banging and popping. I had a big old chrome tip hanging, like a truck tip hanging out the side, and
gotta have her.
It was pretty funny, and it literally came out right behind the passenger door. It was ridiculous. I put it out the passenger side because then when you're going by, it's really loud on the sidewalk side,
setting off door alarms and stuff.
Yeah, and getting the attention of all the what I thought was cool, and getting the ladies and.
Oh yeah, the ladies.
That car used to get me the bird quite a bit.
The bird, yeah.
Yeah.
That's all right though. As long as you thought you were cool, that's all that matters.
Right.
Did you pick up any ladies with it?
No.
No? That's too bad.
Not really.
I didn't really pick up chicks with a station wagon either.
Yeah, it's a weird. You would think, especially a station wagon.
You could get like 14 of them in there.
Right. I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah.
Doc Watson's telling you something over here earlier. I don't know.
He's
what
all full of it.
Or is that the same?
That's the same one.
Oh, same comment.
We have an up. Well, there's one down below it, but I can't reach it. It's too far away. I got short arms.
I'll get it. We got to check. We are for the people that are just listening to us. We are on Facebook Live and Instagram Live. It's just the same comment over and over.
Oh, geez. Look at that.
It says 12 new comments. Oh.
We got Henry on there.
I don't know. I don't know.
He's a polisher.
Allegedly, Henry says.
Yep. He's a polisher to the stars.
If you see a green van on 90 eastbound and I'm on the side of the road, no windshield wipers.
No surprise there.
I should make better choices. That's great. That is great.
He likes the beast.
Casper said, "Turn the fan down a notch if you can." The heater shut off, so we should
shut
be
off,
good.
Casper. Calm down.
Call.
Jesus,
Good
he's
call.
so yelly.
Just rode my spree by.
Oh, Roche?
Yeah. Nice.
He just moved into a new apartment.
That's what you said. Yeah, we talked about that. I don't know how to get it back to the bottom. That's pretty cool. I didn't know I didn't realize that.
Oh God, we turned the camera around.
What? Oh shoot. How do I turn it back?
Down.
Where?
Right in the middle on the right side.
Right in the middle?
The camera
Oh, right
button.
there.
Yeah. Hey, we're back.
Here, I'll turn. Of course, the heater just kicks back on. I'll turn it down.
All right, we'll be back. See you guys.
Turn the heat down. I was getting kind of hot, anyways.
Oh, that was a good trip.
It was getting kind of hot in that Rhino.
Getting hot in here. Usually it's cool in here. Today it's warm.
Yeah, the kid stoked up the fire today.
She had her burning, huh?
Yeah, oh yeah, she was raging.
Perfect.
So the wood was already like quartered, the big chunks in, full log quartered out. So I'm talking to him on the phone last night because I wasn't home. He was gonna do the wood stove. He's like, "Should I be splitting them more, or just throwing them in there?" I'm like, "You can just throw them in there, the whole chunk, which he helps a lot, He's like, "Well, I split them more." He's like, "It was really therapeutic." I'm like, "Well, good. You can keep doing it."
Yeah, stick with it, buddy. You got a future around here.
Yeah. So, but we got a wood splitter too. Yeah, he was swinging the old splitting maul.
Yep.
Excuse me.
You want to talk about old cars? Old Billy Luke. I don't know if you remember it or not. He was a demo driver.
Yeah.
First time I ever demoed.
Smash him and crash him.
No, I go into the arena and my Dodge Royal Monaco dies. I was 16. I'm like, I don't even know what to do. I can't get it. This dude just randomly comes running over and like rips half my hood off, sticks a can of ether in there. He's like, "Give her." I fucking fire it up and go in and won my heat. Thanks, Bill.
Nice.
You probably don't even remember that. But,
That's hilarious.
Yep.
That is hilarious.
Just a young little lad.
Is this thing, we got new comments?
Oh, what's going on up there?
I don't know. I don't know why. Oh, it says 0.
Oh, wow.
This is weird. It didn't do this last time. There. Now we're back up to speed.
We're learning as we go here, people.
Right.
You know? I don't even know where we were. What are we talking about?
Oh, we were just talking about the motorcycle industry. It
Oh,
kind of seems like it's fizzling out, and the riders, which is why the industry seems like it's fizzling out too.
It's never going to go away, but it's definitely going to change.
Well, I'm trying to think how long I've been riding.
Oh, yeah, here we go. I got the paper right here.
Oh.
How old are you?
35.
35, okay.
Yeah.
35. And you started
I got my first road bike when I was riding before that because I didn't have a license. I'd take my mom's ex-husband's
allegedly
motorcycle. Yeah, allegedly didn't have a license. And I would ride that around, but I was riding my bicycle. But my first bike that was mine, I was 18, so let's just call that.
18.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is complicated because 5 is smaller than 8. Oh, so we got to make this a 2. There we go.
I'm glad you showed up today.
And this gets to be a 15. So if we call that a 16, that's an 8. That'd be 8, but you got a minus 1, so that's 7. And then 2 minus 1 is 1. So 17 years.
That's quite a run.
We got it. See that? Right there on the paper.
I'm glad that you can do math.
Yeah, oh yeah.
We need to get a calculator in here apparently.
Yep.
Or I need to figure out why that doesn't have a calculator. I don't
Well,
know.
my girlfriend here might be buying something. Then we could use that, so we could like type on it and stuff. I don't know what you do with it, but maybe she could put her picture on there. We could look at her or something.
Sure, that'd be cute. So anyway, yeah, 17 years I guess I've been riding now. That's wild to think about.
Just think how old you are.
You know, I was thinking like 10 years. That's but 17, 7 more than 10.
Right. Yeah, that's hard to figure out then.
Yeah.
But
yeah, just in the time I've been riding, I think even I'm saying like 5 to 7 years how much it's changed. That I've seen the change, you know.
Oh yeah.
And I look at it too. Look at locally. Okay, the group we used to get together, and now and nothing wrong with the group we have. They're all good people, great people, but it's completely different than what it used to be. Completely.
Because people don't stick with it anymore. Like
right, you get a bike and they sell them, or they get a bike. Next thing you know, they're married, they're having kids. The bike goes off.
Yeah,
and I can understand some of that stuff.
It just never happened with me, so I don't get it. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Right, different life events can change those things.
I get stuck in a rut. I've had the same bike for 25 years. So.
Right.
But I like it. It likes me. It's impossible to die on that bike too.
Right. Yeah, and I started out on a crotch rocket, so that was a completely different scene.
That's a different scene. That
was kind of when what the hell was that? That crotch rocket Biker Boys.
Oh, Biker Boys.
That was when that movie was still it was starting to get irrelevant, but it was still a little bit relevant.
You kind of got that biker boy look, like you could be out there on the interstate on your 600 CBR.
Yeah. Yeah, except
How'd
for
I do?
That was pretty good.
Good impersonation.
Yeah, I didn't really like doing wheelies on that. I don't know.
I don't like doing wheelies in general.
Yeah, I don't know. I had buddies that could ride wheelies all fucking day, miles.
Jesus, crazy.
But I just rode fast. That's what I liked. Still did some rolling burnouts and stuff, but I didn't really have any interest in doing.
I always like it when you're doing rolling burnouts. Makes me happy.
Who does?
Me, you.
You're doing rolling burnouts?
No, when you do rolling burnouts.
Oh yeah, well that's just once.
You never know what's gonna happen. Might hit a car. It might crash.
Most of them turn out pretty good. There was that one time. At Frankie's that it wasn't so good. Some paving company, I'm not going to mention their name, but
those guys screwed it up.
They came in there
Dropped
and they freaking seal coated, and then I don't know what is it called when you fill all the cracks? That seal coating too?
Crack filling.
It's just crack filling.
That's crack filling, brother.
Oh, I thought maybe it
not the kind you do at home.
I thought maybe it had like its own name, like it's something a little cooler than that.
Well, we could make something up, but it's crack filling.
Okay. Well, yeah, they crack filled and seal coated. So do you seal coat first and then crack fill, or do you crack fill?
The crack fill is in. They fill the cracks and then they
seal over top of that.
Go right over the top of her.
That makes sense, I guess.
Yep.
Seals it in.
He seals it in. That's why sealer, crack filler.
That makes sense. Yeah, but anyway, so the some paving company, like I said, we're not going to mention.
It really wasn't our fault.
They came in and they crack filled first,
yes.
And then they seal coated, and then we showed up and tried to do rolling burnouts, and the crack
We had explicit instructions from the bar owner to make sure we kept moving, so we didn't burn a hole through the parking lot like the last time.
Yeah. The last time.
I don't know if you were there when that night happened.
I don't know. I don't think I was there.
It was kind of a bad deal. Bartender might have got allegedly fired. I don't know.
Anyway, so I'm trying to do some rolling burnouts, fresh crack filler in the front tire with a little brake on, and it didn't work out.
Yeah.
My noble steed got too tired.
No,
had to lay down.
That could be your biker name, Crack Filler.
I was thinking that.
We don't have biker names, you know.
I have my own.
Do we need biker names?
I have my own name. It's just Veeter.
Oh yeah, you're Veeter.
What are you?
I'm Brian.
Or Alwin? I mean, what happened?
I don't have a biker name. See, I need a biker name.
I think Brian is more common than Alwin. Depends how we're talking about you. Like, if you're being a pain in the ass.
Me?
Yeah, that's one name.
Did people say that about me?
No, I didn't. I said allegedly. When allegedly you're being an ass, people call you one name.
I know.
And then when you're being fine, allegedly it's a different name.
That's why I'm going to Daytona Beach by myself this year. Well, maybe with Rick. Then nobody's got to get mad at me.
Who's going to be mad?
I don't know. Somebody always gets mad.
What are you doing for your birthday anyway?
What do you want to do?
I thought you were leaving town for the weekend.
I was, but then everybody threw a fit because they wanted to go out with me for my birthday. So
you're kind of a popular guy.
I guess we're going to see Derek Jones at Shoes. Going out to eat.
Sure.
Where do you want to go out to eat? Aren't you Mexican?
Why don't you pick?
Cook some burritos or something?
Oh, you want me to cook for your birthday? I could do that.
I don't know. We were going to go out to eat.
I was going to say, it's your birthday. Why would I pick?
I don't know.
Are you going to be home in time to go to eat?
Yeah, I'm going to be back from Maryland by 4 at the latest.
Yeah. Yep. You're pretty good at keeping schedule, I will say that.
You got to keep a schedule, man.
You impress me sometimes.
What?
Kickstands up at 10:30, you mean it.
Well, we got places to go.
Hey, if you're not there, we're leaving you.
We do.
It's like biker code. You got some of these guys. You could tell. That's how you weed. That's how you.
Yeah, here we go.
That's how you weed out a non-biker. Is if they can't show up to kickstands up on time.
It depends if they're drunk or sleeping with a really hot chick.
No, we're talking about in the morning.
Oh, in the morning.
Oh, that would make sense.
See, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
if
anyway.
you're shacked up with a hot old lady you picked up at the tavern the night before, then
That don't even matter. If you can't be kickstands up at 10:30, which is a late start, by the way.
right.
If you can't be kickstands up at 11:30, and then we take off without you, and then you whine about it,
Oh, I hate the whining.
that's not biker shit.
Yeah, that whining. Well, you left without me. You didn't tell me where you were going. Can we go here?
Right.
They got latte. Fuck your latte, all right? Jesus fuck. Oh my God. That's the other. Well, that's good. I'm just going on a tangent right here, but you go in the bar and you sit down and you drink like water or fucking, all day, like all day. What are you doing, really? I mean, you're trying to hang out with us and you're drinking water or diet.
But it could have been a hot day.
I get it. I drink a lot of water.
Could have been a hot
But
day.
I'll slam some shots. I mean,
Yeah, you would.
I'll have some fucking
I
Southern.
mean, it is pretty impressive when you're out doing a ride on the motorcycles. The amount of people that aren't drinking.
Yeah.
It is pretty impressive, and it's
scary.
But it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing.
It's not. But
I know it doesn't follow the forte of the old biker, but it's impressive. It really is impressive.
I just really believe if you can't ride drunk, you shouldn't ride sober.
Well, I always say if you're too drunk to walk, you better drive.
Yes, and there's that too.
Right,
I can't trust somebody that doesn't want to have a drink every once in a while. I mean, we don't have to drink all the time.
Right.
But Jesus, I don't want to worry about you when you have too much.
That does happen.
Yeah, and then what do you do with them? Then you gotta ride next to them, let them bang into your bike because they can't keep it in the road. Then they're in the ditch,
Right,
and they're crashing.
Or they're leaving it lay in the Frankie's parking lot.
You leave it lay in the Frankie's parking lot.
Right.
So you picked it up and you rode the damn thing home.
I did, yeah.
Kinsey did that. I mean, he made it home.
Right. Well, we got some comments over here.
Oh, it's getting wild.
Yep. I can't see them.
That's fine.
I don't want to squint because you guys are like, yeah, you're squinting again. You can't see.
Amberly Edwards is watching.
Henry says cheers, and Josh Halliday said, well said, Brian.
Good to see you, Josh. Woo! Woo! Sorry.
There went the ratings on the microphone. We just hit the red zone.
We just blew the mic out.
Hey.
Oh,
Jeez.
jeez.
Yeah, anyways.
Then you got
So,
the people like, you know.
Let's wait, hang on. We got to reel this thing back in. Where the heck were we? We got off on a tangent.
You want me to calculate where we're at?
We were talking about how many years I've been riding, and I was saying, I was saying that, how the motorcycle scene has changed in the short time that I've been riding.
Oh, yeah. Let's get back to that.
And Amberly Edwards was laughing at us on the live feed.
Oh,
Thanks,
don't even get me started on her. She's the one that always shows up late. She can't make it 500 feet to my house.
I feel like when it's that close, though, there's no such thing as being late.
Oh, she's late all the time.
But if she's just going to your house 500 foot away, you can't really be late to that.
I don't even think it's 500 feet.
I mean, you would know.
Let's just not even get started with her. She's making tacos today, though.
Oh. Well, aren't you cool?
Mm-hmm.
Well, anyway. So let's reel back in. All right, again. Damn it.
Here we go.
I'm gonna bring
a fishing pole.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring a fishing pole.
You got one in here?
No, yeah.
I can just hit you with it.
No, I don't actually.
You'd be
I
hitting
put
me
them all
with it.
away because it's the winter time.
Oh. Well, you still fish in the winter. That's
I know,
good.
my jig-
Josh Holiday, can you fish in the winter?
My jig poles are on the shelf in the garage, ready to go. But whatever.
Where's Steph? Bring his jig pole out here.
You don't touch my jig pole.
Whoa. Should be doing some jigging.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at wiggling the worm.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Get her done, huh? That's how you got all them kids. You're supposed to pull it out of the hole.
I only have 3 kids. That's not that
That's a
many.
lot of kids.
How many kids do you have?
2?
I thought you had 3.
No. Don't tell people about that other one.
Oh shit. We're not live right now, are we?
Can we back that up?
We'll edit that out. We can't edit that out of the live.
Yeah. Where were we?
That's one thing about the lives. This is the raw dog material right here.
Right. Yeah. That's it exactly.
Right. We should get one of I don't know, I'm getting on a tangent again, but
It's all right.
when we get
Run wild.
we're gonna get Rick Faith on here.
You fucking right. We're getting
Probably
Faith
not
on
now. I think we're gonna wait till it warms up because I feel like
To get the full experience of Rick Faith, though, we're gonna have him drinking tequila and Mountain Dews.
No.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
We're gonna come in here in the morning like we usually do, and we're gonna sip coffee first, and then
Tequila Mountain Dews.
we'll probably drink tequila Mountain Dews.
All right.
But
You heard it
anyway,
here first.
Rick is gonna bring in a little special treat when he's on our podcast here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Yeah, you do.
What's he bringing?
I can't tell you. It's
Write it
it's a
down.
surprise. No, I'm not writing it down. You need to know this.
What's his little treat?
He gives them out.
Oh. Yes.
Not kisses either. That's weird.
Oh, if you know, you know.
Right. But he's gonna bring a special treat with him.
Yep.
And
Oh, that'll be annoying. Squeezing it.
yeah.
Oh my god.
It'll just be like bring it in and bring it out type of thing.
If you go to Sturgis with us, you know what Rick's special treat is.
Right. Hey Larry, we got Larry on the live over here on Instagram.
Oh, Larry.
Yep. He's been out to Sturgis with us. Great guy. We had a lot of fun with Larry.
Big Larry.
The guy, he ripped up the Black Hills like no tomorrow.
He was the life of the party.
Absolutely. What a great time.
Big Larry.
You got to get back out there with us, buddy.
Yep.
No, he got off. He were talking
He
about
had
it.
enough. He's like, screw you guys.
Anyway, cheers to Larry.
Here's to Larry.
Thanks, Dr. Pepper.
I know.
Anyways.
I was going to drink today, but.
So another thing I wanted to touch on. And you're sick. Kind of correlates with the, our less people riding today.
Right.
Let's talk about group rides and, are we seeing less group riding? Are we seeing less group ride events? Are we seeing less poker runs? Are we seeing less of that too?
I don't know.
I feel like that stuff still is going on, but are there less participants? And I don't know that answer.
I don't know either, but I think more people like to do that because they're social.
Absolutely. And
that's how they meet people, and they don't.
And there's nothing, there's no better feeling, honestly. You get in a group ride.
Right.
And you got a good bunch of people with you.
That you can trust.
Yeah, there's definitely a trust thing, but you got a good bunch of people with you, and you're on a group ride.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's amazing, you know. It's awesome.
You get to meet new people. And
Absolutely. It's just like this whole
somebody's bound to crash, so it's exciting.
and honestly, I think I've maybe seen that just a couple of times on a
Right.
group ride.
Well, our group don't really crash much, but I've been on bigger rides when people went
We
down.
don't crash on purpose.
No, maybe, but I mean,
Nobody crashes on purpose. That's why it's called an accident.
I don't know. I've went in a ditch a couple times on purpose. I didn't really crash.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the group rides, yeah, it's fun. People like doing it. People like doing those little poker run stops and
Right.
stuff.
And you got a chance to win something. And
Right.
also usually these rides are at least in my experience,
Fundraisers.
they're fundraisers, right? We're giving back to somebody. We're giving back to,
Right.
you know, we're doing a benefit for somebody.
Yeah, lonely strippers or
Right.
kids.
Right.
Lonely kids.
What's the, I can't think of, is it like a toy? It's like a toy drive ride.
Toys for Tatas?
Yeah.
Tots.
Oh, tots. Yeah.
Little
Toys for tots.
crazy tots, like
Yeah.
like tater tots.
Yeah.
Little tater tots.
Yeah. You got a little,
I love them.
yeah, too many tots.
Too many tots.
But yeah, a lot of times the group rides you're doing it for a reason. I know I've seen it online too, people talking about all the group rides and this and that, and what people don't realize too is a lot of times we're paying to do these rides,
Oh yeah.
and our money is going to a good cause.
Yep. Yeah, we're not out there just to annoy the local traffic.
Right. Not always.
Not always. I mean,
Sometimes, yeah, we're doing that. Josh Holiday is giving us a comment here on the live.
oh, the best group rides are the fast rides. Oh, we got a slow connection thing right there.
Hang on. All right. The best
From the
group
past.
rides are the fast rides from the past.
Well,
I would agree.
the way you guys are building motors, you're going to be leading the group rides.
Yeah, no kidding.
I don't know if Baraboo can keep up with Oxford anymore.
Right. And I'm just on my 2010 my slow bike.
Yeah, I got an 08.
I only got a 100 horse bagger.
I got 52 horsepower. But I make the most of it.
Right. What gear are you usually riding in? Fifth the whole time, or
Third.
third? Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't even shift, do you?
No. If I get up on the interstate, sometimes I'll put it in a fourth, but
Here we go. Old and slow, Brian. Old and slow.
red line's the only line.
What's that red spot in the tachometer?
That's the oil light. She's blowing up!
Oh, it's not the red line, huh?
Who knew?
Well, yeah, so I don't know. What's your opinion with the, you're doing a group ride, you got new riders in the group. Personally, I have my opinion on it where I think if you're new to riding, you probably shouldn't be group riding, but why wouldn't you?
Yeah, why wouldn't you? Just
I
go.
mean, just do it, I mean, that's how
I watched a chick at a group ride. They went to take off. There's like, I don't know how many hundreds of bikes. And she just drove into 2 motorcycles, knocked them right over. She, oh, I'm sorry, I just got my license.
at least she had her
Okay.
license.
Yeah, she was real nice, kind of cute. I mean, whatever. I mean, you just
Yeah,
run
I
us
mean,
over. It's fine.
I don't know. I don't have an issue with it. There's people that are very opinionated on the group rides and new riders and stuff.
Yeah,
My
ride in the
opinion
back.
is, yeah, if you're a new rider and you want to go on a group ride in the back.
Yeah.
That's where you should be. If something happens to the other thing too, if somebody breaks down and everybody tries to stop and make sure he's okay, just keep
Right.
going.
Yeah.
Don't stop.
They're on their own.
Somebody will
They're
stop for
remaining
them
for
in the
themselves.
back. There's going to be somebody that'll stop. Especially on these group rides, they'll have somebody designated,
Right.
as a road captain or
We
whatever.
got Jeremy Edwards back there. He's our road captain.
Hell yeah, he is.
He's bringing up the rear.
He's a hell of a road captain.
Yep.
But a lot of them group rides, they let you know, hey, we have somebody. If you break down, just pull over, or if something happens, everybody
sometimes-
else keep going by. Because otherwise, it turns into a big clusterfuck, and people don't realize you're stopping, and that's when shit hits the fan.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know. Group rides, I love them, but they can also drive you just absolutely nuts.
Yeah. They
And
can.
and a lot of times, if I get next to somebody and I don't like the way they're riding, then I just move.
Right.
I get out and I'll pass or I'll slow up.
I have personally found out, me and Matt Keft used to do this. If you're riding in a group and people are getting too close to you and annoying you, ride like you're fucking nuts. Just redline it, dump the clutch, lock the back tire.
Is that why nobody rides next to
Swear
Roche?
to God, yeah.
Because he just rides like
he's
he's nuts.
You just Lewis Mack. There's another one. You can't. You look back and there's bikes going every which way, and here's Lewis just happy as hell. I used to do that. I'd be like,
"Look, Mom, no hands.
Yeah.
Look, Mom, no feet."
Yeah, just come flying up behind people, lock the back brake up, and then do this. I did this in Sturgis a few times. Slide up behind him and go, "Oh my God, I almost hit you!"
The best is when you got a rear tire that'll bark.
Yeah.
So I've done that many times. I'll come in and I know I can stop, of course, but I'll lock up the rear. It's like, freaking that gets rid of anybody that's in front of you.
Just move them out of the way. Like the best defense is a strong offense. So even in a group ride like you're the only person there.
Right.
With cars, you're the only person on that road. It's your road. They can't drive your bike. Right. You're driving your bike. Just give it.
I want to hear your opinion on it. You're in a group ride. You don't know who's riding up in front of you. You're running staggered, and you might be the bike behind or the bike ahead, but you're riding. Right. You're riding tight stagger.
Yep.
And they're trying to go around a corner with you. How do you feel about that? If you don't know them.
If I don't know them, I don't want them next to me. I don't ride staggered. If you notice when I'm in a group, I will not ride staggered with people I don't know. I'll drive up the center of the lane. Yep. I'll ride side by side with him, Matt Kep, Holidays, anybody, Jim Perry, all these guys, right? But if I don't know you, I don't want you next to me.
Right.
I don't want you behind me. I don't want you in front of me. Right. And if you try to pass me, that's one of the things that gets my hide. Pull up, you're driving down the road and somebody tries to go by you in the same lane. No, that's my lane, okay?
Right.
This is Brian's lane.
Right. If you don't know the person, right?
Yeah, if you don't know the person. And if they want to push themselves into your lane, then you make their lane the green lane over there where the grass is growing. You just move them over.
Right.
That's what we do.
It's interesting. Like you ride with all kinds of people on those group rides. People you don't know, people that turn into friends, people that turn into. You're like, I hate that guy.
Yeah, right.
And I'm saying that lately.
There are always the people that you don't invite on the group rides, but they seem to show up. Like, where are you, brother? Hey, man, so and so's trying to get a hold of me.
Right.
And then here they come.
I can't say how many guys I've ridden with. Some of these people are listening right now or watching us here on the live that I've rolled through hard corners with, and we're side by side, close.
We got Nate Harding.
And hey, Nate, how you doing?
What's up, buddy?
And you're riding banging bars, banging bags. You're not really, but you're riding that close.
I've seen that happen.
And I got trust with a lot of the guys that we ride with, and I don't worry, and I know if something happens, they're gonna know what to do.
Right.
I mean, anything's unpredictable, but you know how they're gonna react. You know.
Yep. That's the thing. You got to know what they're gonna do when something goes bad.
And I think a big thing for a lot of the guys that we're riding with too is that, they know how we're gonna react if something happens.
Yep.
And the other thing, we're thinking about them and their passenger. And we're not going to do anything that's going to put them in harm's way if we get into trouble.
Yeah.
We're going to try and remove ourselves and take the trouble with us,
Were you with us when the cultivator fell off the truck?
I was not there on that ride, but that was crazy.
Was one of them rides where you had to know what the guy next to you was about to do because
let's back it up. So you guys, on that specific day, you guys are just out, just a random Saturday, Sunday ride.
Yeah, it was a pretty aggressive day because I just got single and was on a bender, and I was running hard, passing people and stuff, and we were coming out of Moss.
So the whole group you're with is riding hard because you're riding hard because that's what we do.
We were all out of control, so we're rolling down Highway 12, and a truck's coming towards us around the corner, and he's got a rototiller of a tractor on the back of this thing.
So this is like a compact tractor type of thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So you got the tractor on the trailer too, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And I don't think he had the tractor on there.
Just had the attachments?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he comes around the corner and I can see it starting to slide off the trailer. And I'm back 2 bikes, I think, or 3. So I start waving behind me, and we're doing 80, 90 miles an hour.
And yeah, you're already, and that's one thing with riding is a good rider. You're anticipating. You're already looking for a problem.
I know we can't stop,
and you see a problem coming.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
okay.
Everybody in front of me started picking up on it, and it came off the trailer, and it hit the road, and it slid right down kind of the left side, right next to the center line towards us, and we had to split. So everybody either had to go to the right or the left, obviously. Well, the truck was on the left side, so you had to split between, because the
Truck
truck
and
slowed
trailer.
down and the rototiller was still gaining speed. And there's bikes going every which way. And if you didn't know and trust the guys, if you would have been on a ride with a bunch of yeehaws.
Right.
And then we were nice enough to load this thing on the guy's trailer for him again.
And he said nothing, right?
He said nothing, and then he drove off and never even tied it back down. And I'm like, dude.
So, okay, so this thing wasn't even strapped down from the beginning.
No.
I guess I always thought that like it was strapped down and like the
I don't
strap
think
broke
it
or let
was.
loose or
No,
something.
'cause
Okay.
it was just sitting on there, and he come around the
So-
corner, and it was just.
So basically, the guy, he loads this piece of equipment and he's a jackass, doesn't tie it down. He comes around the corner. You guys are coming into the corner, and
Yeah.
the machinery falls off the trailer, and you guys just start splitting this piece of machinery so you don't die.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
And then everybody stops.
Yep.
He doesn't say a word, and you guys help him load the piece back
Yeah.
on. He just drives away and doesn't strap it back down.
He started backing up, and I don't think he wanted to come back there. So he stopped, and then we were like waving at him because it's right on a corner.
Right.
And we loaded it back up. It took all of us.
And then he takes off again and
Then he
doesn't
took
strap
off,
it down.
yeah.
What a fucking jackass.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, well, yeah, like you said, it's like, you know,
I was really glad that I was drunk that day, because if I was sober, I might not have been able to successfully evade that situation.
right.
You got to be loose.
That's the shit you hear about in the news, like, you
Right.
know, it's fucking some shit like that. Unreal. But like you said, that's the difference when you're riding with some people that, you know, when you're riding with your buddies that you trust and know how to ride.
Yeah, if you're gonna ride like that, you got to know the people you're with. And there's people that ride a lot better than me. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I ain't scared to admit it. I'm nothing special, but
Right. Yeah, it's pretty interesting, you know, and like as far as, you know, like you said, the people that ride better or whatever, but shit does happen.
oh yeah,
So experienced or not, you know, we could talk about that story. I was heading down the highway, heading north up, and I was in between Port, like almost to Endeavor, and a black bear come running out of the center median, and it was like dusk, you know, still light out, but it was just about dark, and I kind of seen something in the tall grass. I'm like, what the hell is that thing? Comes out, it's a black bear,
Jesus.
and I'm like, what the hell? And not every day you see a black bear,
No.
especially running out in front of you on your motorcycle.
By Endeavor.
Yeah, by Endeavor of all places. And I'm running like 80. And I don't have a lot of time to react, so I kind of just stab the rear brake and I get a hold of the front brake, and the thing barely got through me. There was a car to my right, so I couldn't deviate.
Right.
He didn't even see it coming. That dude never even hit the brakes. Well, I snuffed the bike out. I didn't even realize it. That's how,
Oh,
you
you
know,
just locked them up.
yeah, I just stabbed the rear brake and I snuffed it out. And I didn't even realize the bike had died. I mean, that's how quick all this happened.
Yep.
And I'm like, the thing gets past me, and I'm like looking, and I'm like, holy shit, you know.
There's a bear.
And I go to roll back in the throttle, and there's nothing there. The bike's dead. I'm like, oh shit, you know. So anyway, I get the bike fired up, still on the roll,
Right.
and traffic is kind of going around me now, you know, because I'm slowing down fast. You know, it's in gear and it's snuffed out. So I pull the clutch back in, fire up, take off. But I had a black mark, and I just went back through and drove past it, but it was maybe this long.
Right.
So that ain't a lot of time to react. But
No, it
if
happens
I'd have been a
quick.
hair second further or even just a few miles an hour faster, I probably had a wreck.
I almost hit that deer just down the road from your house last year when.
That's right, when you left here.
Yeah, I had the front tire completely locked up and the back tire locked up. And the front end's bouncing off the ground. And that deer was right there.
Right.
But I mean, it can happen.
Yeah, it can happen to anybody.
Well, if you're
And
gonna,
it happens quick.
I'll tell you what. If you're gonna die on your Harley doing what you love instead of in a hospital bed having a heart attack, because that's no fun.
Right.
Get out there and live it.
But my point was with my bear story
My bear
is,
story.
you know, I like to think I'm a pretty experienced rider, and I would react in a certain way. I didn't have time to react.
No, you're just on instinct.
Yeah,
Doing what you can.
You know, so I just jabbed the rear brake. The bike did get a little squirrely, but it happened so quick, and the bear got past where I was able to let off the brake and
Right.
you know, gain control. But yeah, like I said, it happened so quick. I snuffed the bike
If
out.
you would have hit that bear and killed it, you could have got like a bear necklace.
Oh, I could have just got a bear mount.
You know, we could have a bear skin back here.
It would have wrecked my bike, so I'd have just I just had the bear stuffed
Oh, they ride
on
the bear
a
on the
thing
bike.
with the bike in the thing.
Oh, there you go. You're in the garage with the bike stuffed into a bear.
Yeah, I would have
Oh,
just had
man.
it mounted like that, and the bear like turned his head with his mouth open, like, ah, you know. I would have just done that if I'd have.
You'd
actually
be out
hit
here
that
drunk with the old lady wearing loincloths, fucking riding it in circles.
So
Yeah, I'm not judging.
we just put caster wheels under the thing, and you could ride it.
You just roll you around.
Yeah. But I didn't know what I was gonna do. It happened so quick. Like
Yeah.
In my head, I was thinking, man, if this thing gets me off here, I'm gonna try and grab a hold of his fur,
Right,
on
you
the way
grab him by
off.
the fur and ride him around.
I thought maybe I
There you
could
go.
ride him,
My buddy John that just passed away, we were up north and he come into town, he's just white and he's shaking. And it was cold, so I thought he was cold.
Right.
I go, you all right? And he's like, no. I'm like, what? He goes, I almost hit a bear. I'm like, really?
Right.
He goes, yeah. He was all freaked out. He's like, all I can think about is I'm going to hit it and I'm going to go down and it's going to eat me.
You're bleeding out. The thing's like, oh, it's lunch,
I mean, it's a black bear. You probably could wrestle it. I don't know.
I don't know.
I've never wrestled a black bear, but I've wrestled a few bears in my time.
I always thought they were friendly, but
yeah, I mean,
been
they
told they're not.
look friendly. I mean, why shouldn't they be friendly?
We were up north one weekend, and we were up there with the family and stuff, and we're riding around some family property, and we're on the ATVs, and a baby black bear we ended up running up in a tree. He came across the trail. So I stop. I'm taking pictures, and whatever. And
Yeah, it's baby you gotta worry about.
his Steph's like punching me. She's like, go. And I'm like, why? She's like, because Mama's around here somewhere.
Yeah.
He's hollering. So I'm stopping, taking pictures. Everybody's freaking out. They're like, get going. Like, I'm like, click, click.
Local man dies in black bear incident.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, we're on the 4-wheeler. Like, we got a
Right.
chance, right? And stab the throttle, take off. I don't know.
Well, there was a kid out in Sturgis got eaten by a mountain lion. They're bit. They're something attacked anyway, and not good. It's a bad way to go.
Yeah. Well, look at the lady that got into the buffalo.
Oh, the buffalo ripped
deal.
her pants right off.
Dude, last year when we were there and we were in the, I'm having a brain fart, in Custer Park.
Custer, yeah.
Yeah, we're in Custer Park doing the nature loop or whatever it's called.
Wildlife loop.
Wildlife loop. We had that buffalo in the center line and he's coming towards us. And I'm like, I'm watching you. I'm like, Brian's experienced this before, I think. Like, he's going to know what to do, right?
Yeah.
And you're like walking your bike back slowly. I'm like, I don't know what to do. He's retreating.
Yeah.
The
buffalo was not retreating.
No, he was, and he didn't look happy to see us.
No, he was pissed.
But I was like, all it takes for him to turn his head and give you a little
Those
freaking.
things, I don't really know what a buffalo weighs, but I'm sure they're not light.
I don't know. I'll look it up.
You can Google that.
Yeah, let's see. Anybody know how much a buffalo weighs?
Yeah.
This wasn't a great white buffalo either.
Yeah, not a big girl at bar time either. We're talking about wildlife buffalo. Average buffalo weight.
And that was a full mature.
Full mature adult buffalo.
Yeah, it was.
The kind that Rick Faith likes to ride around.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that gal that I wasn't in Sturgis that year. Of course, I seen it all over Facebook. She was taking pictures of the thing, right?
Yeah, she was taking pictures of it and it ran over and flipped her up in the air and ripped her pants off. Then that Halloween, some friends of mine that ride, they showed up at my house dressed up like the buffalo. She had buffalo horns on with pants hanging off her hair.
Right. American bison. The average male adult is 1,000 to 2,200 pounds, and a female adult 790 to 1,200 pounds.
That's a big animal.
That's a big animal.
It's got some
And
weight to it.
they're strong as hell.
How much do you think their nuts weigh? Like a buffalo nut.
I'm not typing that into Google.
Buffalo nut weight? Is that like an ostrich egg? I mean,
I don't even want to know.
where were we going with this
Don't
one?
even want to know. What?
Where were we going with this?
Well, we were talking about group rides, and that evolved into
Buffalo balls.
yeah, buffalo balls. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, buffalo balls wasn't on our list, but I'm glad we covered it.
Right.
I know they do cook them out there.
Yeah, you can get bison.
I mean, they're balls.
Oh,
They cook buffalo balls.
shit, I didn't know that was a thing.
See, I'm not eating buffalo balls.
That's probably like a delicacy, Yeah,
Oh, I'm sure it is.
Stretching my back, people.
A lot of the Native Americans used to like those, I'm sure. Did they have buffalo in Mexico? They got little Mexican buffalo?
I think it was just burros.
Burros? Oh, burros, yeah. Do burros have balls?
I'd imagine that's how they reproduce. They are mammals.
Okay, cool. The things you need to know. We
Right.
found it out here, folks.
Right.
Burros have balls.
Yeah.
What the fuck is a burro?
It's like
Like
a
a donkey?
It's like a donkey.
Is that like a donkey?
Here,
or...
we did something new this podcast. Is we got a tablet out so we can
We can
research
Google
these things.
Burro buffalo. Burro. Buffalo.
We're not googling balls. What are we doing?
What is a
Oh,
burro?
a burro.
Is that like, because they got, is it donkeys or mules or a horse? and
Oh shit, that's a damn bird. Am I
that's a
saying
bird
it?
in a burrow.
Am I saying it wrong?
Yeah, you said burrow. You gotta say burrow.
Oh,
Get
the W. Yeah, that was Google putting a W in there.
Oh yeah, you gotta get that. There you go, burrow.
A burro is it literally says it's a donkey.
It's a donkey with a mohawk.
They all have mohawks. People
Really?
just like to trim them.
Huh.
Yeah.
Can we get one of them?
A burro?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure we could get one. Damn, they can run 15 miles per hour.
Did you know a burro could run 15 miles an hour?
And their look at their lifespan, 27 to 40 year lifespan.
Jesus.
The average span is 33 years. Golly.
Yeah, outlive me.
Right. Interesting. So we found
Interesting.
out
We just found out about burros.
and bison. Interesting. We're on a roll here today. We are on a roll.
Oh God. Yeah. So yeah, group rides and new people.
Yeah, I don't have an
put them
issue.
in the back.
Yeah, just put them. If you're a new rider and you want to go on a group ride, ride in the back.
Yep. Please do.
We'd
appreciate
it. If you're somebody that's opinionated about it, you remember when you first started riding motorcycles, and maybe you weren't group riding, but you should have been. It's a good experience.
Yeah.
It definitely keeps you attentive. I think it's a positive thing for new riders.
I
think
do too, and I've told.
because if you don't group ride, you're still a novice rider.
Yep. Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah.
you know,
I've told a lot of people when they're learning to ride in the back and follow the guy ahead of you. So like if you're riding staggered, whatever you're doing, get behind the person in front of you, leave a good distance, and follow them through the corner. Because if they go through a corner so fast, you can go through that corner that fast.
right?
Even if you get in over your head,
Unless you're Hinsey.
then you probably don't want to follow him. There's limits. There's limits on all this stuff. But yeah, just follow the guy ahead of you. But don't follow him into the ditch. Now, I've seen that happen. The guy ahead drives into the ditch, and the other two guys follow him.
It's not motorcycle riding
Holy
is
buckets.
not monkey see, monkey do. Don't
No.
do that because you end up in the sticks.
Yeah, or a strip club. Either way, it's bad.
Right.
Or somebody's mom's house. I mean,
Right.
you don't end up at the library. You end up at a bar. You end up at a strip.
You know, but I kind of like a new experience was going and riding with the Outcast Sober Club
Oh yeah. Yep.
and going to coffee shops, ice cream parlors, which I love ice cream.
Oh, I love ice cream. We hit a lot of ice cream.
So what happens on those rides, you get out riding, having a great, and that's a good group of guys, good bunch of guys.
Right.
You get out you go have coffee, you get all jacked up, then you go have ice cream. And then you get all jacked up on ice cream. And then
Well, these
trying
are
to think-
recovering motorcyclists, so
some of them are, yes. Some of them are just sober riders.
well,
yeah.
good for them. I mean,
It's an excellent, honestly, I don't want to call it a program because it's a club, but it is an excellent thing what those guys are doing.
yeah. I mean, if you can get out of any kind of crappy ass lifestyle you're in,
Absolutely.
Please do.
And then have motorcycles go along with it. It's fantastic.
yeah, that's what helps.
So yeah, then you get all jacked up on ice cream.
Yep.
And then you get back. This is their summer party, which, by the way, open to the public. And then you get back to the clubhouse at some point after you hit a few of them stops, and then
Might
they
have to go next year.
And then they have food, and they do an awesome pulled pork sandwich, and it's fun. They have music, speakers. They do a raffle giveaway. The first year I went, they were giving away a Harley Davidson motorcycle, which it was just a used Sportster, but
Right.
they had it all dialed up, bars on
Yeah,
it,
who
seat,
cares?
pipes.
Bike's a bike.
But a lot of fun. And you're just all, you're drinking Monsters and Red Bulls, and you're just all jacked up, Mountain
Jesus.
Dew,
I'll probably have another heart attack.
Yeah, you might. But again, excellent group ride with those guys.
Yep. Yeah, and if you got any questions, ask somebody.
Yeah,
Even
absolutely.
if they laugh at you, go ask somebody else. I mean,
Yeah.
it's the biker community. There's assholes. There's good people.
Right.
There's people that are annoyed with people like you. There's people annoyed with people like me.
Right.
It don't matter. Do your own thing.
Yeah, you get in a group ride, and you can talk to anybody there.
Yeah.
We're gonna conversate. We're gonna talk to. I don't have an issue talking to anybody,
No, I don't either. I like talking to
and
people.
I don't have an issue if somebody comes up to me and wants to ask a question like that.
Right.
It's a great thing. Ask questions. That's
Yep.
it's not. Don't feel like, oh my God, they're gonna think I'm stupid or they're gonna think I'm an idiot. Yeah, we might give you some shit, but we're also there to help. We've all been the
yeah.
rookie rider. Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, we had a guy come up to us in the Crud Run one year, and he just got his motorcycle, and he's like, I don't know how to ride. Like, I'm new. Like, new. Like, I just started yesterday. And I'm like,
Why are you on the crud run?
in the back. Okay.
Right.
We put him in the back, and you know what? He did fine. And that was the ride that the other people crashed, and they followed the guy right in the ditch.
Right.
And this guy was the next guy there, and he did not go in the ditch.
Right.
He was riding better than the people that knew how to ride.
Right.
I
I will say on the group rides, we have had a handful of incidents where somebody crashed or.
Yeah, it's usually not our group.
Yeah, usually not. Usually not our group, but
Our group might caused it, but
usually somebody that we know that knows somebody type of thing. We've had a few incidents.
yeah.
But-
And it's usually people trying to way override their ability.
Right.
Like
Or
I
not
said,
knowing the
in
roads,
back.
especially you get out by Leland and Plain and
Oh,
stuff.
yeah. You don't
Some
know
of
the
them
road.
corners sneak
Slow
right up
down.
on you, and I've been riding that run for a lot of years now, and sometimes I even come into a corner a little too
Oh, yeah.
hot.
Yep.
I'm like,
we've all done that. Then you feel that front wheel slide, and oh shit, here we go.
Right.
But that makes you feel alive, you know.
Right,
When
That's
you get
fun.
to the bar and you're happy you're still alive, you know it was a good ride.
right. Or you get to the bar and you're like, hopefully everybody behind me doesn't see that, and they're like, "Dude, you were sliding sideways. Your tire was smoking.
Yeah,
you
you're
know,
out of control.
Right, your bag was on the ground." Well, oh, you've seen that, huh?
At least once a year, somebody should come up to you and tell you that you're out of control and need to settle down when you're riding your motorcycle.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're just taking up space on the road, which is fine.
I had the opposite last year. They were like, I'm like, yeah, I've had this tire on my bike for over a year now. People are like, what? What's wrong with you? You're getting old? I'm like, shut up.
I went through a bad year last year because I did not want to burn my tires off because I just put new tires on both my bikes. And
You know, that's a good point too. Like, the maintenance on these machines
yeah,
is not the cheapest thing in the world,
and
that's definitely a deterrent. It goes along with the cost.
and we know people, like we get
Right.
tires at a decent price and
Right,
we
or-
can put our own on or
Or
have
we got,
somebody do
yeah,
them.
we got a guy that can put them on for
Yeah.
us. You know, we have a few people in the arsenal that can do this stuff, including ourselves.
Right. People always come up, like if you're doing a burnout, people be standing there behind me and they're always hee-hawing. Oh man, he must have a lot of money. He can afford those tires. I can't afford. I'm like, dude, we're buying this shit off of Amazon for
Right.
fucking cheap.
Right. Or I'm getting the dealer takeoff tires or
Yeah.
whatever, and I'm burning them up. Like,
Or just go see Justin Mack and buy a tire at a decent price and have it put on your bike and go burn it off and be a man.
right.
Damn
And
right.
Justin Mack loves that.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, you want to buy a tire and burn it off? Well, yeah. And then he's like, all right, well, come see me for your next tire.
Yeah. I know.
I love it.
It's, it's the way it goes.
But yeah, I mean,
Get out there and live a little bit, but live in the back if you don't know what you're doing.
Right.
Did we cover the back? Ride in the back if you're new. Okay, we got that.
Brody Holiday's on here. He's got the third fastest bike in the state of
Third
Wisconsin.
fastest bike in Wisconsin.
He says, I hear that all the time when he's doing burnouts.
Yep.
Yep,
Because
must have a lot of money.
you're a wild man. That's
Right.
why.
But yeah, you see Justin Mack, he basically gives the tires away,
Yeah.
and
They're dirty
and
cheap.
he doesn't hardly charge you nothing to install them.
No, he almost pays you to put the tires on.
Right. He loves a good burnout,
He
so
loves a good burnout. If you got a Justin Mack tire and do a burnout at a ride he's on or involved with, I'm willing to bet you might get a little discount on your next tire.
yep,
Especially if you go on his Mack ride that he does every fall.
right,
Fry that frickin' tire off.
right. The Mack ride, that was a fun ride. I enjoyed that.
Oh, we had a
that was the
blast.
first annual.
First annual Mack ride.
Great ride, great people. The hosts are excellent, excellent people.
Yep.
If you haven't done it, the second annual will be coming up this year. I know there's not a date yet, but I'd imagine it's going to be. It's a fall color ride, so
Yeah. We'll keep everybody
It'll
up to
be-
the loop on our rides.
it'll be in October again, I'm sure.
We do a lot of rides. Oh, we got Lewis. There's Lewis Mack. He's up there.
Right,
and
right.
Justice Mack.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah. See, we're talking about
That's why I was talking about it.
They pop it
Just
up.
kidding.
They're like little,
Just
they're
kidding,
like
guys.
herpes in a trailer park.
Brody says, I got to get close. I can't see. I'm just a broke guy who likes to party. That's basically any biker.
That's all of us.
That's any biker that's not a weekend warrior.
Yep.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, we ain't got no money. I mean, what money we have, we spend on this crap.
Right.
I got a few extra dollars in my pocket, and I'm going somewhere. I mean,
Right.
Daytona, I can Sturgis.
Justin Mack from Mack Motorsports, he is telling us every year, Saturday before the fall crud run.
Yeah,
I like
let's
your
do it.
style. So if you're a big fall crud run guy, that happens on a Sunday. Well, it happens twice a year, but the fall one is the first Sunday of the month. So the Mack Motorsports ride will be the first Saturday of October, or however the crud run
Yep.
falls.
Got to get out there and ride. Ride for the Mac.
So anybody listening, that's what that you heard it straight. We heard it straight from Mack Motorsports.
Yep.
Justin Mack.
You burn off a Mac tire, you're getting a Mac discount.
I love that.
Yep.
Hey, you might want to get that.
Yep.
On
You buy a
some,
tire from us and you burn it off, we'll give you a good deal. Yeah, we should brand your tires. Make a little brand. We can heat it up. And it's a little M on there.
Yeah.
So everybody knew you were running a Mac Motorsports tire.
Mac Motorsports.
Yeah. MA. Mac and Autumn. Or Justin and Autumn.
But they're both Mac, so it don't matter. MM.
Yeah,
Mac
but then you get
Motorsports.
Lewis Mac, and then you have 3 Macs, and then you have Triple M. Sounds like a radio station.
No, MM for Mac Motorsports.
Oh, Mac Motorsports.
Get it together.
What if
Get
we
it
had-
together.
Well, how's Lewis fit into this? I kind of feel bad for him now.
Lewis is the brother, you know.
He's part of Mac Motorsports.
He's like
So he's like the little Mac, and then Justin's the big Mac.
you know what? Lewis Mac would be, aside from being Justin Mac's brother, he would be like a brand ambassador.
Brand ambassador.
Right. So he's a brand ambassador for Mac Motorsports. So they're loving this.
So Lewis and
Lewis says Triple M is some serious shit.
yeah.
Justin Mac for Mac Motorsports is telling us third wheel. I didn't know you guys rode trikes.
Yeah. What? Wait. What? So
That's
who's
great.
that other guy that hangs around with Lewis Mac? That's crazy.
Cassidy Gorman.
Cassidy Gorman.
We're gonna get him on the podcast.
Yeah, we'll get those two in here, and
At the same damn time.
yeah, because they're the guys that we were telling you about. When you get them in the middle of the group, you can't ride by them because they are the group.
Right.
Like they're in the front, the back, the sides, but they're all over.
Cassidy's got a heck of a sound system in his bagger,
You can hear them coming.
and you got to give it to him. That was not his first bike either. He had open
Right.
bar Honda,
Yep.
so he was really
Like-
evolved.
When he passed me up in Tomahawk, I'm in the truck with the camper on, coming down the road, and I looked over, and he goes roaring by me on the white
Oh,
line.
when we passed everybody
Yeah.
in the gravel.
I didn't even notice you because
Yeah.
you went by and didn't almost die. He goes by and he's zigzagging around and almost out in the gravel, almost waxed the mirror right off the truck.
That's what. So it was Cass's first year up at Tomahawk,
Yep.
and I would say that we pretty much put him through all the paces.
Yeah,
and,
he handled it well.
and he did. He handled it really good. And his bike even was broke down one night,
Yep.
which is always a bummer when your bike breaks down. But he made the best of it, and then we got it going, and he
Yep.
was able to ride it home and everything like that. But
And I like those two because they're annoying as shit. And that's how I was at that age. Like nobody.
it's not even annoying. It's just like it brings the life to the whole thing.
right.
The event,
It
you know.
brings us, and that's how
It doesn't annoy me.
Yeah,
It doesn't
I
annoy
mean-
you, but it does annoy a few others.
Yeah, I mean, I
And,
love it. It's
we love
just
it.
like they're just like
love
fucking
it.
woo.
Right. Right.
Yeah, it
I don't
brings
know.
the energy.
Who's
level
the
up.
guys on the rev limiter all night? You know.
I don't know, but this year, the Softail's going with the straight pipes, and when people start crying about bikers doing biker stuff, you're gonna hear what
Right.
bikers do,
Right.
because I'm gonna blow some freaking eardrums out. That's another thing we need to talk about, but that's a whole other podcast.
Right. Which part?
Being a biker, and you rev your bike up at night. That's
Well, yeah,
what
absolutely.
straight pipes are for.
Right.
Okay, and we're there to do biker stuff.
It is a bike.
Yes,
It's the fall ride.
it's the
a
fall
rally.
ride. We're gonna blow it out.
Right.
I mean,
Justin Mac Motorsports here again.
hell yeah.
He's giving us a comment. Revving your bike on one cylinder! Exclamation point. Yeah, that happened.
Yeah,
That happened.
It happens. Sometimes you drop one.
I think the better part of it is Cass kind of noticed it was running a little weirder when he was
Right.
revving it, but he
Little
just kept
weirder.
revving it.
You just kept revving it.
Plug wire hanging off the side of the motorcycle. Oh man,
That's perfect.
that's freaking awesome!
Yeah.
What a great time.
Yeah, I loved it.
I will say the group that we ride with and hang out with pretty regularly on the motorcycle is a good group of people.
Yeah, we all have fun.
We do. We
We all
do.
give a shit.
There's a few select of you, and you know who you are. I don't care if you don't like it, but you're pretty whiny for a biker. So
Yeah, you got
maybe
it.
2025 you'll be able to turn that around. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna name your names. You know who you are.
You know who you are.
I don't care. Some pretty whiny
Yeah,
whiny
is-
bikers.
this is probably my last year riding alive, so
See what I'm talking about?
no more whining.
Whiners.
Whiners.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. No more whining.
Right.
I'm gonna lay it all out there this year.
Yep.
Go down in a blaze of glory.
Well, that guy bouncing the rev limiter on one cylinder. Yeah, we mentioned that. That's
Yep. It's gonna be great.
That's
We
a
should
good.
do a spring ride. Like we need to bring it right out of the gate.
We do a spring ride. It's called the Crud Run.
I know, but that's just like a 1-day thing. I mean, we need to like go to ride to Tomahawk or something.
I'm telling you, this is what needs to happen.
All right.
We're gonna do a spring ride. Yeah, I'm talking to you. We're gonna do a spring ride. We're not bringing our campers.
We're just gonna ride up
We're
there
not
and-
bringing our trucks. We're throwing our shit on our freaking Harley Davidsons, and we're gonna go. Bring your tent.
Is this a guy trip or?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
We can call a guy
The
trip.
ladies, I do know this for sure, is the ladies don't necessarily want to sleep on the ground.
Right.
Where I don't get me wrong, I'm gonna be sore when I get up in the morning, but once I'm vertical and have a cup of coffee, I'm fine.
Okay.
So I think that's what needs to happen.
I can only get away from work for Friday night and Saturday night, so this is a 2-day trip, unless I got to catch up.
What do you mean you can only get away from work Friday night and Saturday night?
Well, I got to work Friday.
Oh, I
and then
get
Monday.
that. Yeah, it'd be like we'd leave Friday night.
Well, I know you guys would be planning like a 10-day adventure to fucking New England or something.
No, we don't have the Hinzies on board.
Oh, that's right.
I mean, they can.
Or
Matt.
Rick. I mean, if we let Rick
Right.
decide, Rick likes to.
Right.
He'll be out there for fucking 3
I'm
weeks.
not calling you out like that, Hinsey. I'm just saying we're not getting a fucking room at the Ritz. Just
Yeah,
like-
we're not staying at the
if-
Ritz.
If you're coming, which I hope you do, because that would be great. We're throwing tents on the bikes and going north.
Yep.
So hope to see you there.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think that's what we need to do for our spring ride. We need to
Yeah, let's do
throw the
it.
tents on. You can strap your bag chair right to the side of your bike, like I see you guys do,
And we'll see who can come and who can't.
and yeah.
What if a woman wants to come without her man? Is this like strictly guys or spouses?
That'd be up for discussion. I don't really give a rip one way or another.
Might be weird if we tell our women to stay home and then
Are you like what women riders are you thinking about?
I don't know.
I don't even know any.
You don't know
Joni?
any? Well, Jody might want to come. I don't think she can sleep on the ground. We better just keep it men.
Yeah,
Okay, penis is only on this ride.
yeah. So
Yes.
spring ride, and we are
And-
going to.
Only males have. There's only 2 genders, so you can't confuse that.
Here we go. All right. So anyway, so yeah, I think we need to do a spring ride. Throw the tents on the bike. You're just bringing your bike. That's it. Period.
Yeah.
And then we just do that.
Yep. I'm
Find a
down.
campground to stay at and do it that way. We haven't done that, and that would be a good way to kick off. You know, Crud Run's always a big one, but then we'll do that ride thereafter, maybe middle month or something. I will figure it out, or even June. And-
July.
no, July is like mid. That's not early.
Oh yeah, that'd be a midsummer one.
Wait, we're not doing that. So yeah, we'll do that, and we'll go north. And
Yeah.
like we've been talking about this for a couple of years that we want to do something like that once
Yep.
or twice a year. I think that's a good way to do it.
Yeah, we should do it.
We have to get planning now, and
Yeah, we'll get planning. Send us your ideas for the ride.
we'll call it the.
Brian and Veeter do America.
No, I don't know. We'll figure out something like Of course, everybody else is doing these camp out. They're calling it so and so camp out. I don't want to.
It's not a camp.
I don't wanna
It's
do
not
like
a
a-
TikTok get
I don't want to do a
together.
trendy thing like that.
No, we're not trendy.
Oh, Brooke says hi, guys. I don't know if she's still there, but hey, Brooke, how are you?
Yeah, this won't be trendy.
I don't want to do like, we'll just call it something. We don't have to call it anything.
We don't have to call it anything.
Right. Yeah, but we're not going to call it anything because we're bikers. We're not.
Right. I can't put the word out on TikTok because that's going away in like 7 days.
It would be cool though to head like north, maybe even further than Tomahawk, and get up north.
Think a bike will make it that far?
Yours or mine?
Either one.
It's always questionable when we all ride together. Whose bike's going to make it where?
We're gonna need to bring Justin Mack with us so he can fix all the bikes.
That is true. We did have he had a roadside repair last year.
Oh, that's
when we were up
right.
north. I forgot about
That's
that.
right.
We'll have to let him talk about that. We're going to get him on the podcast here
Yeah.
at some point. And
When the mechanic's bike breaks down.
that was pretty awesome.
Yep.
That was pretty awesome.
Lube your cables, boys and girls.
Right.
Maybe he did. I don't know.
What else you got? Do we wrap her up or?
That's about it.
Yeah, I think we covered some ground today.
Yeah, we got a lot of it out there.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed our show again. Our feedback has been it's entertaining. I've heard Brian is the funnier one, and I'm fine with that. I'm not upset. We're still here doing it. We have fun doing this,
Yeah, believe it or
and
not.
it's still just a big joke, but we're out here doing it.
Wait till we get our t-shirts.
T-shirts?
We're getting t-shirts and hats.
Did we talk about this?
No, I'm just telling you.
Oh, you're telling me no.
I voted.
All right, that's fine.
Ooh, let's get t-shirts and hats.
Yeah, I like
Maybe
it.
we get sponsored ship.
Yeah, I like it.
We could do one live from Mac Motorsports sometime.
At Mac Motorsports shop?
Yeah.
That would be awesome, actually. I bet you we could probably talk them into doing that.
Yeah, tell them to get 10% off parts while we're doing our podcast if you show up and see if anybody comes.
Right.
Maybe 5%.
I don't know if is Justin still listening?
Who knows?
I don't know.
Probably not. He gets sidetracked.
Right. Oh, it tells us who's still here. Here, let me see.
He's got ADD. You know how to run that thing?
No. Nope, he's not on. He's not watching us
He
right
had
now.
enough.
Yep. But yeah, I think that'd be cool. We could do a podcast straight from the Mac Motorsports shop.
Yeah, definitely.
That'd be cool.
We'll have to get on it.
Absolutely. All right, we're gonna wrap this thing up.
All right, boys and girls.
Thanks for listening to us again.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
And as always, hope you were entertained.
Yeah, send us ideas if you want us to talk about something and destroy some myths in the industry.
Right.
Or the,
Right. And we obviously we're talking a lot about motorcycles, but we can talk about other things. We're not doing politics or any bullshit like that.
Right.
But
Joe Biden sucks.
right. If you got some ideas or want to know some things, or you're getting into the motorcycle world, I know that one of our listeners is looking to purchase his first
Oh, really?
Harley Davidson.
Cool.
So he had already hit me up looking for used motorcycles. What he's got an idea what he wants, and so just kind of help steer him in the right direction.
If we don't know the answer, we got Google.
Yeah, I usually ask Jeeves, but.
Oh, geez, yeah.
But yeah, so if you have any podcast ideas, we're definitely open to suggestions. Anything you want to hear about, any improvements we can make. And I know that last week we told you, hey, we're probably not going to be 3 weeks before we do the next podcast, and here we are.
Yeah.
A week later. So
We just got bored.
we're gonna try and I think we're gonna try and step it up a little bit. Obviously, we both have schedules, we both have to work and all that fun stuff, but we're gonna try and make this happen a little more frequently. So that'll be cool. We're looking forward to making some more content, and
It'll definitely be fun.
absolutely. Any closing statements?
Oh, not really.
All right.
I'm good. I'm going to a taco bar.
Nice.
A bunch of taco or two.
Heck yeah.
What are you doing today?
The old man's coming over,
Oh, really?
and gonna watch the Packer game.
That'll be cool.
Have some pizza and probably some snacks.
Going to another party with him?
No,
No. All right.
we're not bringing that up today. We talked about this.
Yeah. If you want to know about that one, you'll have to go back to the other episode.
Yeah, we'll just leave that one lay.
Yeah. Leave it lay.
All right.
All right, kids.
Adios.
See ya.